So then how much is that veterans earmark going to be?
Okay. 55,000 for that.
And so then you have, now we got 45 over in our column of money to be found.
35.
Okay, a lot of suggestions. Okay.
Mr. Chair, in polling the board, the first three items, I thought all received a pretty overwhelming therein. So the suggestion by Commissioner Forsman that there may be additional veterans needs, that we should have that pool of money sitting there, I guess I would be supportive of having that 50,000 sitting there. And Commissioner O'Neill, if that homeless committee comes up with a recommendation that is a place that we could be effective in expending those dollars for veterans issues, then you're going to find me supportive of that. But I'm not willing to earmark it for that at this point, and hope that you understand that if those dollars are sitting there as veterans dollars, I then would consider that any number of things could be competing for that funding if the board saw fit. So if I have that understanding, I'm okay with it.
Seems to be some general support for that thing.
Well, and that's why I said instead of dealing with MAC, or that MACD housing, that it put money or keep money in that veterans earmark there in the amount of 50, now I hear 55, do I hear 60? No, but 50, I think 50 does it. And you got 35, then you got an extra, all right, so we found $50,000.
No, we just spent $50,000.
We'll be doing the finding.
Which puts us at 187.
Okay, the only remaining item there that really wasn't on this list of Dana's is the request by the sheriff for jail study dollars for $30,000. And I, again, think we should move that forward to 08 and address it somewhere down the line here.
That's not
Mr. Chairman, those funds typically come out of the 400 funds. And then they're reimbursed, they're recharged when we issue bonds. All the planning stuff, all of the initial stuff, that's why we have a 400 fund. So it's not something that you need to decide now.
No.
It's covered.
All right, very good, we're going to address it. Okay, that pretty much, in summary then, we've committed 50,000 to veterans, total of 16,000 to the Historical Society, i.e. Memorial Hall, 8,000 for assistance with the rental for arrangement as advocates. So there we have
187, 291.
You see that, it's 74,000.
187, 291. That's the remaining shortfall if you add the 113 plus what we just.
187, 291. Okay, and I assume a given that we're going to use the $100,000 veterans earmark. So we got 87,291 that needs to be identified in that list of reductions.
Mr. Chair,
Okay.
I would like to suggest in reading the training budget, it was indicated that $54,000 is in there for non-mandatory, and I would suggest that we reduce that by 15,000. 54,000 for all training.
All training.
I would suggest we reduce that by
All training. And
Right.
yeah, okay.
for training. That is for hiring of the consultants that come in and do the training. That's what it says in your back.
Yes, but Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, this is just one department. Public Health and Human Services has their own training. There are other departments that have training, so if you wish to do that, I'd suggest taking it from all training budgets somehow across the county.
No problem.
So that just because otherwise it's one department
Okay.
that
Then
carries the.
administratively take care of taking it out of all budgets, and I would suggest reducing that to 15,000 from the original 30.
A total across all departments.
Total across all
Okay.
departments that we come
Got
up,
it.
we take 15,000 out of it.
Everyone on board with that? Okay, Peg?
Well, I guess I would question, if it's non-mandatory training, why do we not take the full 30 then? Is there-
I can do that too. I was trying to get along with everybody, okay?
Well, I think if we stop and think for a minute, there is value in non-mandatory training. I mean, they're not just trainings for fun. Okay? People are learning, they're gaining skills, and so
Let's not go there.
let's not go to 30. No.
Let's not go there.
We got 15 there.
Okay.
Uh,
I was trying to get along with you.
Keep going down the list there, we got the,
Mr. Chair?
yeah.
I would also suggest that in order to keep this thing rolling, we've got two others that Commissioner Cron brought up, the 30 and out-of-home placement. And I personally think that the 34.5 out of the attorney's budget needs to be there as well. And I think that pretty much gets us to our dollar amount, or very close.
Okay, shall we address the out-of-home placement first? 30,000, this was talked about before. Peg, and then Mike.
Can I, did Ann offer up that there possibly was 30,000 additional in auto replacement that she might be able to find, or are you just, where did we come up with that number? Because I remember when we were putting millions of dollars that wasn't budgeted into auto home placement, so.
Commissioner Cron actually put that out there, and that's why I had suggested that might be a possibility.
I think it's an $8 to $10 million budget.
I think so.
Something like that.
30,000 didn't seem like.
Okay.
We have to come up with it.
It was,
Because auto home placements are something that's a bit out of our control too. You know, the courts place these kids, we gotta pay for them, so that's why I was questioning. So, for no reason. You know, you pay now or pay later, you can show it or you can find it in a year.
They're coming in under figures. And they're confirmed.
Dana's confirming something for us.
Okay.
I'm checking
That's all I-
to see. But one of the things that we've tried to do, however, in all of this is not count cancellations early. If we haven't let departments do that either, that if there's a reduction, they're often going to be real and sustainable. Okay, I'm just saying what Ann said about that.
Nothing?
Nothing. Just cuts in out home placement, $30,000, that's a little detail.
Okay, well, then
Leave it there.
leave it there.
Everyone's okay with that?
I'm not okay with it, but
I
I
don't
don't,
know, we got to find it.
I don't know that I can offer much of an argument against this, but
Okay, so that, 45, the next item then was the, offer was the attorney's victim witness at 34.5. Was there any feedback, Dana, administratively on that one?
No, I just relay a comment from the attorney that support it. That's all. Keeping it.
Yes, right.
Not support eliminating.
Peg,
You know, and
thank you.
we have more victims of crime than we've ever had. This is a direct contact with the victim, not the criminal, but the victims. The people who, and to help them get through the trial process, to help them. And to me, this is a very valued and valuable service that we cannot afford to cut back on. And didn't we just approve
This
some
is
help
addition.
in this area, and now we're gonna take it away again?
This was an addition, wholesale.
Right. And, I mean,
It's not a cut.
all I know is that I have had very good feedback from the public with regard to how victims are treated in our system. I know that that person is working more than a 37.5-hour week in order to deal with all of the people. And therefore, I think actually a couple of years ago, this was a topic of discussion of actually needing more help in that area. This isn't something brand